What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Brown House Experience. I am your host, Donnell Brown, and this is my beautiful and always inspirational co-host, Tia Brown, and you are watching P.A.T. TV on CAN TV Channel 21. Shout out to Trey Brown in the back on the stats, and Nicole Scott holding it down on the knowledge, Zoe Brown on the kid bits.
Yes.
All right, and you can check us out online anytime you want to at www.cantv.org/hotline. If you got something to say, call in at 312-738-1060. We got show number 11 on the way right now. Go ahead and take it away, Tia.
Thank you. So first, I hope you all enjoyed that intro video. That was our boxing station from our fitness night with All American Combat Sports, Keith Davis.
My man KD.
So he came out and provided his services for the youth and their families at our fitness night. We also want to highlight Lakeisha Gray Sewell, who came on last week, Girls Like Me.
Yes.
Those videos are up on our social media pages, so check those out. We have a great show for you today. We have a guest here, Walter Mendenhall. I'm sure some of you may know that name. Yeah, clap it up for him.
My man Walter.
So he is in the studio with us to talk about his nonprofit organization, Male Mogul Initiative, or his organization, Male Mogul Initiative, and how he is shaping the lives of males in our communities, the males that need it the most. So we want to hear, last week we heard all about the girls, so this week we're going to hear how these boys are being shaped by programs. So yes. So we are going to welcome Walter onto the show with us, so we can hear about what he has to say and how he's changing these lives. Thank you, and come on, Walter. Thanks for joining us, Walter. I'm glad we can have you in the studio today. I'm so excited to hear about this program. We have had so many females on the show talking about all of the programs that are helping the girls. So I am so excited to hear about how you all are shaping these boys' lives and changing them. So first, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, so the viewers can get to know you a little bit better.
Okay. So my name is Walter Mendenhall. I'm actually the fourth, so long line. Originally from the south side of Chicago, but grew up on the far north side. Growing up, really didn't have, the best of circumstances starting out. Had a father who spent time in prison. At the age of 5, I was diagnosed with a learning disability, and I was in special education classes all the way up into 8th grade. And had a mom, a lot of times a brother, a sister, and two cousins living in a 2-bedroom apartment. So in spite of those things, though, I was able to, by the time I was in 8th grade, test out of special education classes. Graduated high school with a 3.2 GPA and a scholarship to play football at the University of Illinois. Fighting Illini, ILL. And from there, I was able to play professionally for a couple years for the Eagles, Bengals, Colts, and the Bills. And after I was done playing, really didn't know what I really wanted to do with my life. One of my old coaches asked me to come back and coach. There, I found out I had a gift for reaching young men, especially hard to reach young men. Eventually turned into a teaching opportunity, so I became a teacher's assistant, got my certifications, then became an educator. And I taught world history here on the west side at Chicago Hope Academy. And then eventually went into non-for-profit and actually taught a couple college classes too.
That's so dope. You are proof right there. You are proof of everything that you can accomplish, every kind of obstacle, and still make it on top. I love it. I love it. And that is that's something great for boys to look up to, period, and young men.
Most definitely.
I know they just cling to you. So how do you, with your nonprofit organization, so first tell us about the Male Mogul Initiative.
So the Male Mogul Initiative is basically, the mission of it is to positively transform the way young men live and lead in their communities through leadership and entrepreneurship development. So basically what we do, we give young men help them take their ideas and make them into profitable businesses, and at the same time teaching them leadership skills and life skills that will make them successful in life.
Oh, that is so dope. And are many of the males that you work with minorities or?
100%.
100%. I love it. So what do you have in place that helps them? Because I know they come to you with a whole bunch of different issues and things. What do you all do to combat that background that they have that's coming along with them?
I think a lot of it is we have 3 foundational questions. We don't start anything until we address these questions. The first one is, who are you? Second one, why do you matter? And the third one is, what's your purpose? And we spend a lot of our time talking about those things. And what I've learned in my experiences with young men, if they don't know who they are, they don't know why they matter.
Yes.
They don't know why they matter, then they don't know what their purpose is. And if they don't know what their purpose is, they're likely to become a victim to the system.
Yes, a statistic. Yes, so we're teachers, so we see it every day. Every day. I love that. So what noticeable impact have you seen, have you seen that your organization has, how has it impacted the kids, the community as a whole?
Okay.
How do you think?
Yes, so our program actually in the year 2017 summer program was one of the top rated programs in After School Matters, which was out of 350 programs.
Oh, wow.
We actually took a group of young men from the Austin community on the west side of Chicago, which is statistically the most violent community in Chicago. And we took these young men and they actually won a business pitch competition at Northwestern University.
Oh, wow.
So they came up with an idea called, a clothing line called Young Heroes. And their tagline was Hero in the Hood. So basically what they did was they their mission was to transform the way young men are perceived on the west side of Chicago.
Okay.
And basically what they did was they wore their shirts, they went around, they did good works, they picked up garbage, they helped mentor kids, they did was positive role models in their community. And at the same time, they wore their merchandise and they sold their merchandise on an e-commerce website.
Oh.
And they were able, with that concept, to make thousands of dollars and also to win that business pitch competition at Northwestern University.
Won.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So how much of that was them and how much of that was you?
I'm just a guide.
I love it.
You know, I don't tell them what to do. I don't tell them how to do it.
Facilitate.
You know, I just facilitate and I just let them, you know, kind of take their ideas and what they want to do and just guide them to the place that they want to go.
That's so dope. Was it difficult for you transitioning into this role from playing professional football, being in that arena? Was it hard to transition to the nonprofit sector to work with children?
Yes. Yes, it was. After I was done playing football, I really didn't know who I was. I was kind of had an identity crisis, and I was really depressed for a year, to be honest with you. And what I had to realize was, what was I passionate about besides football?
Yes.
And what I realized was mentoring young men who were just like myself and didn't really have the opportunities or, you know, the people in my life that helped me to be successful.
Right.
I wanted to do that for other young men.
Okay. That's so dope. I know it was so difficult to deal with adults all the time, and especially men all the time, to go into teaching, especially at a Catholic school, Chicago Hope.
Not a Catholic school, but a small private Christian school.
Private Christian school. So I know that was a transition too. So I love that you're sticking with it, and once you figured that out, and that's what you teach the boys, how to figure out where their mind is, where they want to go, and then start heading on their path. That's dope. And then you the living proof of it, so they can see it right in front of them. Do you have any special events coming up with your programs? Anything you all have coming up?
So right now, we're actually working on a business pitch competition at Diet High School. So this is probably going to be early to mid-February. We don't have a date set yet. We just finished our last cohort. It's going to be next week. So we had 2 cohorts, one on the south side at Diet School of the Performing Arts, where we had 30 young men, and one on the west side of Chicago at a community center at Circle Urban Ministries, where we had approximately 15 young men and actually young ladies that joined the program this cohort, and looking forward to kind of see that practicum that bring it all together and show them what they've learned in our program.
So I have a side question.
Mm-hmm.
The curriculum, did you create the curriculum on your own? Did you have assistants? Like, how does that work?
So every great teacher,
I'm
every
curious.
great teacher steals. So I stole a lot of things that I liked, and I made it my own.
Right, and that's not stealing. that's borrowing.
That's borrowing.
And making it your
Yeah,
own.
making it my own. So I took a lot of different things. I took some of the leadership development stuff I learned as a professor at Northeastern Illinois University. I took some stuff from some entrepreneurship classes that I took, and I kind of meshed it all together and kind of just made it more, I would say more, not kid, but teen friendly.
Okay, that's understandable, and you have to, that's your audience.
Yeah.
So how can people reach you if they want more information about the Male Mogul Initiative, or how can they reach you?
So you can just send us a message on the malemogulinitiative.com. Our Gmail also too is the malemogulinitiative@gmail.com. Websites, and we also have a Facebook page, Male Mogul Initiative, and my personal webpage, Walter Mendenhall the Fourth.
Well, we appreciate you joining us this evening. Well, I hope our viewers had a good chance to see a male that came from the same things that we talk about all the time, because we came from similar situations. You know that about my husband, but we come from that, and we still are trying to push these kids to see that we are those examples.
Yes, most definitely.
We're the examples. Yes, you have the celebrities and all of that on TV, but you have living proof right in front of you, the people that are doing the action. So I salute you. I appreciate you coming on to join us.
Thank you.
And hopefully we will be able to work together in the future.
Most definitely.
That's dope. So
right.
Thank you all for joining us for our interview with Walter Mendenhall, the founder of Male Mogul Initiative. Again, check him out on all the social media sites. Also, Walter Mendenhall the Fourth on Facebook. And we are moving on to our AK Corner.
All right. That was my man Walter Mendenhall. Shout out to him. It's always refreshing to see a young black male doing this thing out there to help other young black males. So now we're getting into our Athletic Connection Corner. We couldn't get to it last week, but this week we kind of wanted to double up. And we wanted to recap our year 2018 of some things that we've done, football, basketball, baseball, and just some things for our community. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, that was our year in recap for Athletic Connection for 2018. It was a great year for us. Check us out in 2019. Also, be on the lookout for the Brown House Experience 2019. We're going to do it big. So
next up is our kid bits. We couldn't forget about Zoe Bear.
Zoe Brown.
Today she created a family son. A family son. And I'll just let the video speak
you
for
guys
itself.
check it out. Go ahead.
Hola everybody, welcome to Cubits on Pet TV. I will be your host, Zoe Brown. Today we'll be making family sons out of our handprints. All you need is enough paper for each family member that lives with you, a pencil, and some crayons. The first step is go to every family member and trace their hand. After you trace everyone's hand, color them in. Make them awesome colors so your son will be bright. The next step, I forgot to tell you that you need some scissors for cutting out all of their handprints. For the last stage, you'll need a glue stick to glue the hands in the middle. And voila! Your family son. I put a yellow circle in the middle to cover up where all the hands join. This is a great way to show how your family is always connected. See you next time on Kid Biz with Zoe Brown. Bye!
Well, there you have it, the Kid Bits with Zoe Brown. It's so creative. Huh? So creative. I love it, Zoe.
Make sure you show those videos to your kids. That's some little simple things that they can do at home that they'll have fun with and be a little Zoe Bear.
Yes, it picks up the creativity too, the engineering aspect of life, you know, just going ahead and just putting it out there, trial and error.
Yes.
So it's the best way to learn.
Our last video of today before our Knowledge Corner is a little info about the Brown House Experience. So if you all didn't know, we only have one show left. Next week is our final show. And we have been highlighting a lot of organizations. Our goal for our TV show was to give a platform and create new lanes for different organizations and people, and to basically introduce you all to people right next door to you that you don't know that are doing awesome things in our communities. So we have not really talked about the Brown House Experience in AK. That's why we did the AK today. We also have a Brown House video to show you all. And this video will highlight us from the beginning of the Brown House Experience to now. Check it out. The Brown House Experience was founded by Donnell and Tia Brown in 2016 to provide hands-on learning to at-risk youth. The first event was date night that had over 25 families join us for a joyous evening. In 2016, we also started our free hands-on after-school program called The Brilliant Brown Beauties. Our next community event was Urban Engineering Night, where over 25 families were able to become engineers for the evening. Our second year of BBB started off to a great start. Our third community event was a popsicle stick making tape. It doesn't stop there. Next up was fitness night. Our interactive mobile stations were a hit this summer. The Brown House teachers also experienced air camp. Tamara of Aerostar Aviation set the tone for our canned TV show. This year, our fundraiser brought so many people out to support us, and we thank you. This year is our third year of the Brilliant Brown Beauties, and we're off to a great start. We truly thank all of our supporters. I hope you all enjoyed that video, a little recap of us so far, and gave you a little background of us, and we want to move straight on over to the Knowledge Corner with Nicole.
All right, so I'm Nicole Scott, and thank you guys for joining the Brown House Experience. We're here at the Knowledge Corner where we bring you information that is relevant to our community. So last week a couple of weeks ago, we started out with giving you information about a wonderful man named Chekamta Diop, who actually created a test to determine how much melanin was in the Egyptian mummies. So we're going to give you a little bit more background information on that. So in 1974, Diop managed to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Egyptians were black people. He obtained pigment from the Egyptian mummies and tested for their melanin content. Despite numerous findings made regarding the race of ancient Egyptians, blatant omission and misrepresentations are still made in mainstream media and history curriculum. Through the analysis of skeletons and melanin dosing tests performed on mummies, he was able to determine the melanin content accurately and later discussed the technique and methodology for the melanin dosage test to other scholars. This technique is used today by forensics investigators around the world to determine the racial identity of badly burnt victims. But it was initially created to determine the racial identity of the Egyptians. I salute this great soul who made us proud of being Africans, who redefined history, or rather wrote history the way it should have been, with Africa in its right place as the origin of civilization. So that was a little information on Chekamta Diop. Again, he was able to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the Egyptians were black. So check him out whenever you get some time.
Drop that little gem on you before we exit.
Boom.
Again, we have one more show. Thank you all for everybody that's been tuning in with us so far. We really appreciate you. And we'll see you all next week.
Yeah, be sure to tune in next week, man. It's our last show, so we should make it a blast for you guys. Thanks for visiting us so far, though.
All right, thank you.